Welcome to Chalmers Digital Video Tutorial. Today we are going to be covering how to create a Facebook business page within your own Facebook account. In order to start this, you must first have a Facebook account and be able to sign in. If you already have a Facebook account, simply enter your email or phone number and password and log in. If you are new to Facebook, it is easy to sign up and you can enter this information and click the sign up button. To get things started, I'm going to go ahead and log into my own personal Facebook account. Once I'm logged in, I will be taken to my home page, which shows you a feed of all of the different information that you have from your various friends that are going to be posting information throughout the platform. If you have any advertisements running, they would be listed up here. You have your own managed pages if you have already created them up here. And there are many other interesting information that can be listed within this platform homepage. In order to create a Facebook business page, you simply will need to go to the very top right-hand side and you'll see an arrow pointing down. You'll need to click on this arrow. Once you click on the arrow, if you have created any previous pages or you are an administrator or have privileges to access any other pages, those will show at the very top. If you have a business manager account or some type of Facebook ads manager account, that will show here. And then you have other options as you can see below. Additional options may be present if you continue to scroll down. For the purpose of creating a Facebook business page, we are going to select the option Create Page. Once I've selected Create a Page, I will need to identify what type of brand, business, or cause it is that we are looking to create a page for. Are we a local business or a local place? A general company, organization, or institute? A big brand or an actual product we want to promote? Are we an artist, band, or some type of public figure? Are we a form of entertainment, such as sports? Or are we a general cause or community, such as a nonprofit? It is important to select the correct page option that is most likely associated with your business, as each one of these options are customized and provide template types of resources for you to create and easily manage and effectively present your Facebook option within the business community. For instance, if I was a nonprofit and I wanted to select cause or community, I would automatically have the option to select a Donate Now button that would not be available within any other templates. To move forward, we're going to head and create a company, organization, or institution example. Once I select the option of which type of business it is, or brand or cause I am selecting, the next level is to select what type of category does my business fall into, or what type of vertical or industry. If I click on the arrow down button, as you can see, there are quite a few different types of industries or categories to select from. For the purpose of the example today, let's go ahead and say that we are going to create just a generalized company type of page. Once I select the category, I'm going to enter a company name. It is important that you create a company name and the first letter of that name is in uppercase, otherwise you will receive an error from Facebook which may or may not include a recommended business page name or company name to use. For the purpose of today, we are going to say Smash Holdings is our example. Once I've selected company from the category and Smash Holdings, I'm going to head and click Get Started. Once you've selected the Get Started option, Facebook asks you to provide some preliminary information in order to create the Facebook business page. You are then able later on to go in and update this information as well as add additional information that is not available on the initial setup options But for today, we're going to go ahead and just go through the initial process. The first section is the About. This section should be short and sweet. It has a max character of 155 characters, and it's just to give people a very general idea of what your page or your business is about. So we're going to enter today that our business is about helping customers get what they need. An example of a way to help extend your reach within the Facebook business community, and an option that Facebook provides in addition to just a general description, is the ability to enter in your website information, Instagram, Twitter, or any other social media links you would like to enter. For today's purposes, we are going to enter just smash.com. And last but not least, it gives you the option to create a custom URL for Facebook if you want to let people come and visit them. If you do not create a custom URL, Facebook is going to assign one to you. You do have the option to go back and change it, but it is important to try and create one that is very symbiotic or similar to the business that you are looking to create from a Facebook page perspective. So we are going to write Smash Official because I am guessing that there are other Smash Facebook pages out there. And then we can either save my information, or if you actually wanted to create this information later and didn't want to fill it in now, there is the option to skip this step. So I'm going to hit Save Info. As you can see, Smash Official is taken. So we're going to hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that info was taken. Now that we've completed the About information, the next option is to create and include a profile picture. You have two options to do this. You can either upload it from your computer, or you can import from your actual website. The easiest thing to do is to have an image located on your computer, so I'm going to head and hit Upload from Computer. Upload from Computer will generally take you to whatever information or documents you were previously working in. So I will need to actually go down and go to my Pictures section on this PC in order to select something to include. So for today's purpose, I'm going to head and select this image as my profile picture. And now that it has loaded, I have the option to hit Next. And the third piece is it asks you if you would like to add your page to your favorites feed. If you recall back on your Facebook homepage, you had the feed of all the different posts that your friends had, as well as advertisements that were running. And on the left-hand side, there are a variety of different options. On the left-hand side, included is your favorites feed. Under your favorites, you have the general ones that will always show up that Facebook has automatically added, which includes news feed, messages, and events. If you select Add to Favorites, this then, Smash Holdings, would fall underneath your favorites section. It's a lot easier to manage and access your tool when you have it listed under the favorites section, as opposing to have to go to another area within favorites or within Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to favorites. And once you've added it, obviously you can see you have the option to remove from favorites as well. And I'm going to hit Next. And last but not least, a newer addition to Facebook is the ability to add a preferred audience. So you can tell us about the people you'd most like to connect with. Anyone can find your page, but they'll do their best to put it in front of people who matter to you most. So this is typically helpful when people are searching for groups or for pages or information, and you'll often see on the right-hand side or sometimes in the feed recommended pages or recommended groups, entering this information right here is going to help narrow down people with similar interests that would be identified as ones that could potentially like your page. This information is also provided when doing targeting for any type of Facebook advertising, which is covered in another Facebook video tutorial. But as you can see, there are certain options you can select from. You can select everybody. You can select people who live in a specific location, people who recently visited a location, or people traveling to a location. And here's the option to actually add locations. So let's say I just wanted to specifically say United States instead of all of the world. Once I type in United States, you can see I can select the country here, and if I wanted to specify a state like Texas, Missouri, Oklahoma, I could start entering those as well. You can actually enter multiple locations. So if I selected United States and I also wanted to do United Kingdom, I could select both of those options and continue, etc., etc. There is also another option to exclude. So let's say, for instance, I am a travel hotspot and I want to try and solicit people to come visit my spot, but I don't want to attract the locals. I only want to attract people who live outside of my location. I could then enter my specific location here, and that would exclude anyone living within that given location and make sure that they are not included on any recommendations. And as you can see, you can modify age groups, the youngest being 13 and the highest or oldest being 65 and up. I can select either one specific gender or I can choose all. The interests section, there are so many to go into, so I'm not going to cover that today. I will have a separate video tutorial on how to navigate Facebook interests and behaviors. And then last but not least, language. If you are not a natural English-speaking country or location, or there are multiple languages in your location, you can enter that information here as well. So we're going to go ahead and save that and move forward. And now, as you can see, I have my initial Smash Holdings business Facebook page. This is what it'll look like after you complete the simple 4-step process. As you can see at the top, you have your main page. If anyone sends you any instant messages, just like you would see on your own personal message device, this is where any messages would show up. Obviously, we just created our page, so we are not able to see any messages. When people come and they interact with your page, whether that be they like a post that you had posted, they had commented on one of the posts that you had posted, they shared it with others, any type of interaction other than an actual direct message is going to show up on your notifications. And then insights, this is very helpful when trying to understand how well or how interactive some of your posts are. We haven't posted anything today, and this is just a setup tutorial, so we won't be going into how to leverage your insights, but that will be posted in a separate video tutorial that you can later access on our website or YouTube channel. And the last option is publishing tools. This is if you wanted to create any type of post, and let's say you did not want to post it today, but you wanted to actually schedule or draft a post. This can be a very helpful tool. Again, I'm not going to go into how to create and schedule drafts and actual posts today. That will be an additional video tutorial that you can access on our website or YouTube page. So we're going to go back to the page. So as you can see, we've got our general information showing. This is just solely based on what we had initially inputted, such as general information about us, what category we were in, We created a profile picture. We added a website. Here is our Facebook website URL. And this is just all of the basic information. Now, once you've created the page, you'll need to go in and actually update and modify it and include all the additional information that you didn't necessarily create in the quick and easy 4-step process in the beginning. So as you can see, the first and most obvious thing is we don't have a cover picture. So we're going to go ahead and add a cover picture. Now, once you click on the camera icon, you can either choose from photos, and that would mean you're going to be choosing from photos that you have already uploaded within Facebook. As you can see, we've only uploaded the profile picture, so we don't have any options to choose from with the exception of the profile picture, because this is just going to load your Facebook business page photo album and not your personal album. So we're going to cancel that. So if we go back to the button, the other option is to upload a photo. So we're going to select that, and we're going to head and just select a random image here to upload. And it takes just a moment for Facebook to upload. As you can see, we have the option to drag and reposition it because it is a large photo. So if we wanted to have certain elements of the photo show up, we would want to drag and drop that. And that is only to crop it for this cover photo. Once you actually post the photo, though, if people were to click on it or see it in the feed, they would see the full extent of the photo. So we're going to go ahead and click Save. And now we have a cover photo. And as you can see, there is an option to add a button. We're going to get back to that in just a minute, but I'd like to continue and show you how to input the rest of your information for your Facebook business page. So if we go back to the left-hand side, you see we're on the Home button. Now, just like within your own personal page, you have all of these other options here to be able to post content or even fill out information about yourself. So if we click on the About tab, that's going to take us to the generic information we had originally entered, but it also provides the ability to enter quite a bit more substantial information than we had initially entered. So the ones that auto-populate are, obviously, we had selected company as the category, we had inputted our name as Smash Holdings, we created our own Facebook URL right here. Now we can actually say, when did our business go into business? When did we actually start? You can select your start date here, and you can actually select a number of different varieties. Was it born? Was it founded? Did we actually start? Was it opened? Was it created? Was it launched? You can select any of these. It's honestly up to your own preference on which one you feel best fits the status of your business. Perhaps if it's just an idea, then rather than founded or started, maybe created is a better option. Or if you finally did launch your official website, you're ready to go, you've launched. So you just select whatever one is right for you. And then once you've done that, then you can select the year. Okay, when did we actually go into business? And you do have the option of adding the month, and you can even actually add a day if that is your preference. So address is also a great option, especially if you're a local business and you want people to be able to find your location. So if we were to enter an address in here, you can see if I hover over this, when you change your address, it may take a few hours for the new information to appear on the page, but you're really just free-forming your information in here. The city will actually auto-populate, which is super helpful. And you'll enter the street address, city, postal code, and once you save the changes, it's going to show up right here. The same thing would apply if you had entered your start date. If you are a local location and you want to show what hours you're open and closed to make sure that people are not trying to call or visit your facility, you can select the hours. You can say, no hours available, always open, permanently closed, or you can add your actual preferred hours. So if I were open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but I was closed on the weekend, I could select Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, click Apply to All Days. And then I'm going to say we're open at 8 a.m. As soon as you hit a number in there, it's going to auto-populate. And let's say we close at 6 p.m. And if I hit Add, it's going to show Monday through Friday, 8 to 6. Now let's say you are open on the weekend, but you have different hours. I would just add additional hours here and say Saturday, Sunday. I'm open from 10 to 4. And I would add those days. So as you can see, Monday through Friday, I'm open 8 to 6. Saturday and Sunday, we're only open 10 to 4. And we're going to save changes. And this can apply to any type of business, even if you don't have an actual physical location or your business is not regarding localized product or services, but you do want to show your customers when the business is open. This is a great tool to use as well. So as you can see under short description, this is what we originally had entered when we were going through our creation process. So our business is about helping customers get what they need. You have the option to edit that right here. Impress them for your page. So as you can see, it's an optional field. So this is really only applicable to countries where they're required by law to include a statement of ownership on their web presence. It is limited to 2,000 characters. It is not required in the United States, so we will skip that for today. Company overview, here's where you're going to enter your long form information about what your business is really about. There's no limitation on how many characters you can input here. Here's where you would enter all the pertinent information that your viewers would need to know about company overview. So I'm just going to type example here. And as you can see, I can go down as far as I need to. And we're going to go ahead and hit Save Changes. And when I scroll down, you can see it included all of those spaces that I entered and then employees at the bottom. So this is a great area to expand on your short description and enter all the pertinent information on what your actual company is about. Another place to do this is long description. They're kind of the same. Company overview, if you wanted to differentiate between company overview and long description, this could be more of the about section, about us, what we're all about. And the long description could be, what do we provide, what services or what products or what it is that we provide. You can actually also break it down if you have a mission statement and create that. I know that we had already talked about up here the start date. So as you can see, we have a start date, and there is the option if we go back to founded. But if you wanted to have, let's say we selected launched, and we wanted to have a different launch date than we do when it's actually founded, they do provide the ability to enter a founded date here as well. If you've received any awards, this is a great place to just freeform any awards that you have received. Another area to enter the actual products. Again, this is free form. Just a way to carve out separate information if you want to keep it separate from company overview or long description. Obviously, phone number is great and important to have. If you have a phone number, you'll want to enter it if you have no phone. You can actually select the Xbox and remove phone, so if you don't want people to call you. And obviously, if there is an email address that anyone can visit you at, you'll want to enter that here. When we had originally entered information, we had already included our website, so that is already showing up here. And then official page, enter the official brand, celebrity, or organization your page is about. So if we have, if your page is about a brand, celebrity, or organization but doesn't officially represent it, add the name of that brand, celebrity, or organization here. So this would be applicable, say for instance, if I was a fan and I wanted to create a fan page for a celebrity, I would create the fan page and then I could say, oh, their actual official page, the actual celebrities page, is going to be here. And then last but not least, you're going to have your Facebook page ID. We don't use this for anything, but they do have it listed here for Facebook purposes. And that is it as far as the About section. As you can see, we're on Page Info tab. There is the General Overview tab here as well. So we have already entered the address. We did not enter a phone number, but we do have a website. So this is what you're going to see on the overview. You're going to see our short description, and then you're going to see the address, and you're going to see phone number and website, and the customers can save this information as well. If we go back to the left-hand tab, we can click on the Photos tab. This is going to show you, obviously, the cover photo that we had uploaded earlier, any profile pictures. As you continue to add photos, all of those photos are going to accumulate down here. Let's say, for instance, you had an event and you wanted to upload all of those photos from a particular event. You would go to your Photos tab, you would go to Create Album, and here I'm going to be able to create an album. So let's say we had a fun run, and it was July of 2016. And that's going to be the title of our actual album is Fun Run July 16. And say something about this album. We had a run for charity in Dallas, Texas. And we can actually include a location. So I had already mentioned Dallas up here, but let's say you had a run at an actual specific location. Most locations have already been added to the Facebook database, so you can start entering that information here. Let's say I wanted to say, all right, well, we happen to have it near the Dallas Arboretum. Once you can see, as you click on that, you highlight it, there is a map that shows up below to show you the actual physical location. So options, if you happen to have really large and high-def images, if you want to sustain and maintain the quality of the image, you can select this, but I have never seen any photos show up any differently whether or not you select this option or not. If you don't want this to show up in your news feed, let's say you create this album and you just don't want people to see it, but you do want the photos to be included. See it meaning it's not going to show up on your page. If they were to go visit your business page, they're not going to see in your own news feed that you had uploaded an album. You can select the hide from newsfeed option here. And then you can actually, if the camera has the option and there are actual dates on the photos, you can use the dates from the photos, or you can actually pick a date. So let's say our event just happened last weekend. We would select the 17th, or you could select a different year, whenever it was that the event actually took place for this given album. So once we selected this information, we would want to add photos. So we could actually select add photos. Here I'm in my general business photos. If you want to just select one, you click on one. If you wanted to select more than one, let's say I wanted to select the entire row, I would actually click on the first one. I would hold down the Shift tab, and while I'm holding the Shift tab, I'm going to click on the last photo I want to include, and that actually highlights all of the photos that I had just selected. If I wanted to select, let's say, just this one, the third one, and the fifth one, then I would click on the first one. I would hold down the Control tab, and then I would click on the third one. I would continue to hold the Control tab down, and then I would click on the fifth one. And that actually selects just the three, and you could select any which ones that you want. Once you selected the photos that you want to upload, you're going to go ahead and click Open. And Facebook is going to automatically start loading those photos into the album. And what's great here is you can tag people in the photo. So let's say you wanted to tag people that you were personally friends with. They would show up over here. You can also add a short description of what the photo is. If you wanted to add that, short description. You can see there's a little settings tab right here, which means I can edit my location, I can change the date, or let's say I'm loading all my entire album here and I want to automatically pick that this is my album cover. I can go ahead and select and say, make album cover. Are you sure you want to make this photo your album cover? Yeah, okay, I do. If I wanted to change that, I would simply select another image, select that one as the album cover, and I get the same prompt. Are you sure you want to make this photo your album cover? Okay. So now that we've tagged people, if you want to remove the location in each picture, you'll see it's already highlighted from what we had entered over here. I can simply just click on the X, and that'll actually remove the location tagging. The album itself will still show that it was in this location, but the picture won't necessarily show that you had that. So once I have either tagged people, included a short brief description, modified the location or date, made a custom photo, you'll see I can add more photos up here. Let's say, I wanted to add additional photos that I already created. I can click add those photos here. I can add more photos up here. And I can also order by taken date. So if your photos are coming in and they have dates on it, if I wanted to click on order by taken date, it's going to rearrange your photos depending on when the photo is actually taken, if you want them in that type of order. So once I've determined all of that, I'm going to go ahead and click post. And it's going to take me back to photos, and now we can see that we have our album, Fun Run July 2016. It was updated 2 seconds ago. They were all taken at this specific location, and that's the actual Facebook page of the Dallas Arboretum. And here's the description we entered, and here's the 3 photos that we had chosen. Now I do have the ability to edit, so I can go back and edit anything. Here we have the option again of tagging people, changing the date or the location. As we had done before, I can add additional photos, I can delete photos, I can do anything that I need to do in this given location. So I'm going to hit done and not change anything. So right now when we finish this, we're automatically defaulting back to the actual album. But if we click on the Photos tab again, now you're going to see, we'll see the more general view. Here's all of the photos that I have loaded. And then now you'll see, here's the Fun Run July 2016. Here's that second picture that we had selected as the album cover. And we'll see our cover photos and our profile pictures. Now the next tab can be very, very helpful, reviews. These are generally done by people who have visited your site. Nobody has visited the site, obviously, since we have just created our Facebook business page. But if people actually go in and leave you a review, this is where they'll show up. So Facebook will tell you this is most helpful. You can sort by most recent, and you can also sort by star rating if people had rated your services or business. You can go to likes. So likes is going to show you general insights into how many people like your page, if people are talking about stuff that you're posting. This is kind of a great place to understand how well your messaging and information is doing. Since we just created this page, we obviously won't see any data here, but that's where you would see information such as that. If we wanted to post videos as opposed to photos, this would be where we would post our video. So very similar to photos, we now have the option to do all of our videos in one place. As you can see, manage your videos all in one place. Right now we don't have any videos to show, so our video library is empty. If we wanted to add a video, we would simply do the same process that we would do with the photos, where we would select video. I don't have any videos to load today, but we would select that and go through the same process of tagging people, adding a location, etc. Posts is the last one. So this is going to show you any posts that you have on your own personal business page. So this is what people would see. They would see your profile pic, they'd see your cover photo, and then they'd see all of your posts that come on your Facebook page stream. So it would be similar to your own personal Facebook page. Any post that you had posted on your personal page, the business page runs exactly the same. So see how we had just created this album, the Fun Run album. This is our most recent post, so Run for Charity in Dallas. It shows the 3 pictures that we selected. People have the option to like with the new emoticons that Facebook has selected, comment and share. We can boost our post. That's an advertising option that we won't cover today. And then if you have more than one account, like I do, I can actually select the drop down and I can select different pages that I manage, or if I wanted to personally comment or like on a given post. And you do have the ability to do this if you're responding to people. So let's say, for instance, I'm the owner, I'm the CEO, I create my business page, somebody posts a comment and I want to be able to respond to them, but I want to respond to them for my own personal account as the CEO as opposed to the business. I could actually select this drop down and comment as myself, and now you see the little picture of me, and if I were to comment, I could say hi, and now that is going to show up as me posting as opposed to the business itself. Now I'll go back to our example. And you'll see, our previous things, we had created the cover photo and we had updated our profile picture, and that's all we've got in our feed for our posts. Manage tabs. This is going to show you how you want your tabs as far as what people will see when they look at your website. So these are all the ones, as you can see, that if you look to the left, they're all the same, right? So we've got about, photos, reviews, likes, videos, posts. So if we wanted to move these around and let's say, hey, I really want people to see my, posts, I'm going to drag and drop that up here. Let's say likes, I don't care so much about. I'm going to drag, let's say I wanted to add or remove tabs. I can actually click on here and I can add different apps that give us the ability to add different tabs. Now, today we're not going to go into the apps portion because that is pretty in-depth. So I'm actually, from here, I'm going to go back to, we've got Publishing Tools, Insights, Notification Messages page. I'm going to go back to my page. And as you can see, we've got one post engagement. And if I click on notification, here I am. Here I see notification that I commented on that album. So here's the album. I commented on the album, and here I am saying hi. So now I want to go back to my page. And that's all I've got for the Facebook business page. The last thing we're going to cover today is we're going to look at how to add a button. If we look at the right hand side, just to kind of cover off on some of the information we covered already. So as you can see, we had already put our information as we are located in Dallas, Texas when we had filled out the About section. We don't have any likes this week. Because it is a brand new page. Here's our map information, and that's the same as the overview tab that we had clicked on before under the About section. So this is the overview right here. And it'll say, it'll give you some tips. Here's all of the photos that we have. These will show you all the most recent photos. And then if we wanted to create an event, this would be a very easy and simple way to do just that. I'm not going to go into that today, but we do have another video tutorial on how to create an event. If anyone had posted to our page, so what will happen is once you create a Facebook business page, the only thing that's going to show up in your feed is going to be things that you post. So if you post anything, that's going to show up here. If people post, they're actually, right now it's showing up on the right hand side, but eventually once you get more and more posts, that will show up on the left hand side. People won't see this. They would have to click on visitor posts in order to see what other people are posting if they were to visit your actual Facebook business page. Now, if people have liked your page, they may see a visitor post within their own Facebook feed if people post to your page. So this is where that would show up. Here's the reviews section, and obviously there's some language options down here. So the last, before we move forward, thing is you'll see that there are lots and lots and lots of options. Promote. These are all ways of Facebook boost post, giving you the option to advertise. Those are all covered in our Facebook advertising for business tutorial and won't be covered today, but you will see that Facebook gives you quite a few options on how to actually promote and boost your website within the Facebook platform. So the last option that we have is add a button. Before we do that, we're going to look over here. So as you can see, we have the general like button. I've gone ahead and selected liked. This is, where you would see how many people are going to like your page. If you wanted to modify what you see in your news feed, so let's say somebody went to your page, they liked it, and they like your page, but they don't want to see your posts, or maybe they love your page and they always want to see your posts. This is where they would be able to modify that information. So if they say, all right, I like this page, do I want to see it in my news feed? Do I want it to default? Do I want to modify it? When do I want to get notified when you post? This is where they would change those different options. Here's another way to view your messages outside of just going right up here. And then as you can see, we've got a more option. You can edit your page, and we'll do this last, view as a page visitor. We can remove from favorites, we can create an event, we can invite our own personal friends from our personal Facebook page. We can suggest this page to other people. We can write a review. We can like as our page. If we wanted to view insights as opposed to go up to here. We can share the page, and then if we wanted to create another page. So it's just another option for Facebook to provide all of this information. So the last option is to add a button. This is a great place to create a call to action or get people to interact with the page other than just liking or commenting. So as you can see, they give you a variety of different options if you click down. So let's say you provide services and you wanted people to be able to book an appointment. You have the option here. If you wanted them to be able to call, let's say you're on your mobile device and you wanted them to be able to start calling you immediately, this would be a great option. If you wanted to email, we have the contact us. Send a direct message. You have this option as well. Use an application, play a game, shop now. We're not going to go into these today. Same thing with sign up, watch video, send email, self-explanatory, etc. So I invite you to play around with these or check out one of our additional options through our tutorials. As you can see, we have a website, iPhone and Android option. So if I were to click on a website, this would only be applicable to website. If I click on iPhone, this is what it's going to show. It shows you how this information shows up. So right now I'm on the contact us. That's what the button's going to look like on iPhone. This is what a contact us would look like, or let's say we selected book now. That's what it's going to show up as. And Android is pretty much the same. As you can see, it's just the device looks different. And you can select book now. You can enter your website information. If you wanted to link to an app, right now we're not covering that. So we will cover that in a different tutorial on our YouTube channel or website. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial on how to create your Facebook business page. Please be sure to check out our other video tutorials on our YouTube channel, or you can always also visit our website, which is chalmersdigital.com, which also includes any of our video tutorials as well as many other helpful downloads for digital and media advertising solutions.